when you first came here, did you have a garden?
No,
Okay, so what was your...
we put a pool back there when my son was little. Then
Okay.
took it out when, he got to be a teenager, nobody used it. We took it out and it became grass. Until Greg got a hold of it and it became garden.
I have 48 plants in all. Half come from seed that I start on around March 15th, and half come from Morganville Flower Farm in New Jersey. This way, the seeds that I start are a little behind, and it really lengthens the season. We start getting tomatoes around July 15th, clear through to October, spaced out this way.
So, what varieties are? Because I see some huge ones, some plum tomatoes.
Okay, this particular variety is an heirloom tomato that came from Italy, the seeds, in late 1800s. A friend I used to work with, Jerry Spompanato, his great-grandfather brought them over. His grandfather and his father grew them from seeds every year by saving the best variety. He decided that he no longer wanted to do it and gave me the seeds back in 2002. And every year, I've been saving the best of the varieties, drying the seeds, and planting them in our backyard. This particular tomato weighs 2 pounds, 2¼ pounds. Basically, I'm up 6 o'clock every morning, tending the garden, and they tell you what they want. They tell you if they want water. They actually talk to you. They tell you what they want. And so that's very important.
Did they tell you when they're ready to be picked?
Yes, they do.
How do they?
Well, because when they're ready to be picked, they're red, they're ripe. I take notes for if the fruits don't ripen evenly. I take notes if the foliage isn't vibrant, it doesn't last as long as it should. Well, both of my grandparents moved to the United States in the late 1800s. My grandfather and grandmother from Italy, and my grandmother on my mother's side, and on my father's side, my grandmother and my grandfather moved here from Ukraine. And back in those days, people grew their own food to eat, and they jarred their own food. And my grandmother from Ukraine in the 60s had Rutgers University come over to her house and study her tomatoes because they were so large that they couldn't believe it. Now, the problem is sometimes they ripen on the bottom and they're not ripe on the top. So this way I have my table of tomatoes, and it's called my ripening table. Because when I jar the sauce, I want to have that peak flavor. Well, and we give away hundreds to our dance friends. We give away hundreds to friends. And have a machine that I've had for almost 30 years that it takes the skins and the seeds out, and all you get is the pure pulp, which you find in the jar. What we do is we make finished sauce. We take the pulp and I fry garlic and fresh basil from outside and fresh oregano and parsley, and I make that, so from that pulp I simmer the sauce for about 5 hours. And then I put them in these jars and freeze them. So all you have to do is heat them up, it's ready made. And delicious. Delicious.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, clean up. He cooks, he plants, I clean up.